Good morning, it's Mr. Graybo, and this is Piskelapp, so I'm gonna get us started right into it. So you go here first. First thing is to sign in, and you can just sign with your Google. So that's my work Google, and you see that I already have a couple in here, but I'm going to show you how to create a new one. So we're going to go ahead and create a sprite, and this is really just a real quick, basic overview of the site. So there's kind of a lot. I'm going to start off over here in the settings or in the preferences, right? So you can do a couple of different things. I typically just leave all of these blank, and I just leave them alone. And you can go ahead and see what happens. And this is one that you may want to resize. So most of you are going to default to 32 by 32 pixels for your art. And that's fine. I like 13 by 13 because that's the same size as the bloxels that we're going to be creating. But I think 32 by 32 or 64 by 64 is pretty good. And we're going to start in the center. We're going to anchor it in the center. So we're going to resize this one. And this is just kind of showing me how big the pixels are. And I guess for today's lesson, we'll just do 32. Kind of that default. It's pretty good. You can save it. So I'm going to actually save it. So I'm going to do example. Whoops. I want to name it. I'm going to name it sample alien. I don't want to make it public, and you do need to save it to your gallery. If you save it in browser, that's only saved to your computer. So I'll just save your gallery, and it will come back. Okay. You can see it right up at the top here that it changed. There's really no other, nothing else that we're doing quite yet with this save function. Export, this is for later. We will do something with this later, and import, that's not something that we're going to be exploring in STEM class this year. So a couple of features. Well, let's just get into it, right? So I'm going to, right over here, I'm going to just make a blue alien. So I'm going to create I'm going to create new colors. Right here, I'm going to name my palette alien. I'm going to call it sample alien. And I'm going to add a color. And let's add this blue. I like that blue. And let's add a green, right? I feel like alien should have some green. So you can go ahead and just pick the colors that you think you want. We can always add these colors later. Now we're going to draw over here. All right. So over here, we got my pen tool. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to do this as quick as possible. Oh, so I got to click my color. There, I'm going to use that color over here from the palette. All right. So let's do like this, and let's add little blocks. That's not what I wanted. And you can undo if you just do Control Z. That will undo your mistakes. So I do like this. There's a whole bunch of tools over here. So I'm going to hold Shift and to make a straight line. See? All right. So we'll do like that. And it looks like I'm two from the edge. So that helps make a straight line. Some of the other tools, this is how big your pen is, how many pixels. This is the vertical mirror tool, and when you hover over it, you can do Control or Shift, so horizontal or vertical. So see what happens. So there, and it draws it on both sides equally. So that's really a nice feature. That we have. So paint bucket tool will let you fill in, which that works pretty good. Paint all pixels of the same color. This is like with labels and different frames. I'm not going to worry about that. We got the eraser tool, and you can see right here, you can just use E, and that will automatically shift to that tool. So if I do P for pen, it will switch. The stroke tool lets you do straight lines. Rectangle tool lets you make rectangles. Same with the circle. The move tool, this is cool because it will move your whole shape. So let's say you wanted it a little bit more centered, you can just move it. Shape selection, that's not something we're gonna explore. The rectangle selection, lasso selection, these are things that you're going to do a lot of. Lightning, this is awesome. So I'm going to show you a little bit, hopefully in this how-to video, that the the dethering tool, I don't know what that does, and color pickle lets you it's like an eyedroplet. So if you're using lots of different colors. All right, so let's get back to this alien. I'm going to just use my pen tool, and now I want to be on green. Actually, let's use this rectangle. All right, like that, and let's see. All right, cool. And we'll just do a straight line for mouth. I feel like my alien should have some type of legs. So let's do like that. So okay. All right, I like it. So good enough. Now I'm going to add a new frame. And you can see over here in my preview window, it's like blinking really fast. This is how many frames per second it's going to animate at. So right now, I just want to turn it off. Okay. This is the onion layer. So I like the onion layer because it lets me see what I've already done. So I can just go back through and copy it all. Control Z, Control Z. There's also a way that I can duplicate that first frame. So over here, you can duplicate the frame. I'm going to turn the onion layer on. So like I can see the first one, and I want his legs to move. So this time, instead of going side to side, I want him to go, his legs are going to go straight down. Okay. You can see the change. I also want his antennas to move. So I'm going to erase these antennas. And it's really light. I hope that you can see it in this video. So I'm going to change his antennas so they're moving. Now, when I speed up, I'm going to turn off my onion layer. When I speed it up, now you can see that he's moving. Now, I think he's missing some arms and things like that, but that's just a basic 2-frame animation. Now, if I want, I can go back to my first frame, and I can duplicate my first frame, and I can actually change the order. So now I want his antennas to go, I'm going to turn my onion layer on. So now I want it to go this way. His antennas to go like inwards. Whoops, Control Z, Control Z. Okay, now let's erase your tool. Use that keyboard shortcut, makes life way easier. And now, let's see, I want his legs to go they were going straight. Now I kind of want them to go to the side. Whoops. Let's do like that. Like that. Let's 1, 2, 3. Do like that. Now let's go ahead, turn off that onion layer. Let's see what's happening. So here's my frames per second for my little blue alien here that's moving. But this is kind of the basics of how you can start designing in Piskelapp. And you do need to save. Before I close out this video here, I do want to save it, and I want to save it to my gallery. I'm not making this public yet for other people to see. So you do want to save it. I do think that any change that you make, see that star? That tells you that you haven't saved it yet. So Make sure that you save it. Lots of websites now automatically save it. This one does not. I hope this helped you, and have fun creating.